Hey there, Caesar Math students. Welcome to Homework 2.5, adding and subtracting integers. If you're watching the video right now, you can go ahead and put your little check mark there. I am going to go ahead and say again, if you're watching the video, you can double check with calculators. So, got to show all the work, but then you can double check with calculators. So, it says first change all subtraction to adding the opposite by using KCC. Then use the commutative property of addition to find the sum. Commutative property says we can just move stuff around. I'll show you exactly what I mean in this first problem. So I see a minus sign, so initially I'm going to do KCC. So keep, change, change. This becomes 7 plus negative 1. And then I also see another minus sign, so I'm going to do KCC. Keep the negative 11 as it is, change the minus sign to a plus sign, and then my positive 12 to a negative 12. So I'm going to rewrite this problem off to the side. It's 7 plus negative 1 plus negative 11 plus negative 12, and there's really no need to use the commutative property of addition because all my negatives are kind of by each other, right? So let's just go ahead and do this. 7 plus a negative 1 plus a negative 11, right? That's SSAK, same signs, add, keep, right? They're both negative, so just add them up, keep the signs. So that's negative 12 plus a negative 12. Be careful here, this is not 0, right? That's a negative 12 plus a negative 12. That is SSAK as well. Same signs, add, keep. So 12 plus 12 is 24, keep the negative sign. And so now we have 7 plus a negative 24. Finally, we have a DSSM problem, and we go ahead and find out that this is actually negative 17. So D is your answer there. All right, so if I were you, I'd pause, do some KCC to number 2, and try and figure out if you can use the commutative property to get that answer. All right, to number 3. No KCC here because I got a plus sign, but then I have a minus sign right here, so it's keep, change, change, so that becomes a negative 5 plus a positive 3. And then I got another minus sign. So again, keep the thing that I just changed as a positive 3, change. So plus a negative 4. So we rewrite this problem. It's negative 1 plus negative 5 plus 3 plus negative 4. So if I use commutative property of addition, basically what I'm going to do is rewrite it so that I have negative 1 plus negative 5 plus negative 4 plus 3. I'm just getting all the negatives kind of by each other so I can just do SSAK, right? So negative 1 plus negative 5, that gets you negative 6 plus negative 4 plus 3. And then negative 6 plus negative 4, that's negative 10. Again, those problems are just same signs, add and keep the sign, right? But finally, in the end here, we have a negative 10 plus a positive 3. That's a DSSM problem. I'm going to have more negatives because I have 10 negatives versus 3 positives. So I do 10 minus 3, which is 7. But again, more negatives, so it's negative 7. D is your answer. All right, again, I'd pause right now, try and go through number 4 and be like, up, KCC to that before you even try and work it out. And number 5. So we have KCC, keep, change. And then we have it again, KCC, keep the 4 now that is changed to a 4 plus a negative 12. And then again, KCC. So notice how after I'm changing that number, it then doubles as the K for the next KCC, right? So keep the negative 12, change. So this is a little confusing, but it becomes a negative 6 plus positive 4, right? Plus negative 12 plus positive 6. So I'm going to rewrite this with the negatives by each other and the positives by each other. So negative 6 plus negative 12 plus 4 plus 6. Now I can do kind of this at the same times. I can say negative 6 and negative 12, same signs. Add the signs, add them up, keep the sign. That's negative 18. And I can do this. 4 plus 6, again, same signs. They're both positive. Add them up, keep the positive sign. So I'm left with negative 18 plus 10. That is a DSSM problem. Ask myself, do I have more negatives or positives? Definitely have more negatives. I have 18 negatives versus 10 positives. So 18 minus 10 is 8, but I have negative 8 because I had more negatives. So P. So again, you're going to want to go through in KCC, that problem right there, right? And then finally, we have a couple of problems for you to complete the resultant problem solving. We've done this before, so let's just do one together. The elevation of the surface of the Caspian Sea is negative 92 feet. Mount Kinka is 1339 feet. How much higher is Mount Kinka? So what do we know? Caspian Sea has an elevation equal to negative 92 feet. Mount Kinka is 1,339 feet. What do we want to find out? How much higher is Mount Kinka? MT Kinka. All right, so first we could, draw a picture. If this black line represents, we'll call it surface level, sea level. Green could represent our Mount Kinka, and blue here could represent the Caspian Sea. We know the Caspian Sea is, this distance is negative 92 feet, and this distance right here is 1,339 feet. So basically what you're trying to figure out is this entire distance from here to here, right? How much is that, right? That's what you're trying to figure that out. Okay, so we can, subtract. How much, is a key subtraction. So 1339 minus, and here's the key thing, it's a negative 92 feet. All right, so then we need to go ahead and do KCC, so keep, change, change. And when we do this is again why I said you could use your calculator to double check. You're just adding up 1339 plus negative 92, or after you KCC plus positive 92. So it's 1,431 feet. Okay. So you just have one and two other problems on the back that I'd like you to make sure that you say, what do we know? What do we want to find out? And then solve it. Draw pictures like I did. Drawing pictures helps. If you can do that, but definitely show your work. And then do me a favor, circle your answer. It's a lot easier to grade. Okay, please call me if you have questions, and show all work.